Good, YouTube? It's your boy, just another PokeTuber, coach of the coach of your Piedmont Triad Kickers, coming at you today with the Josh League Finals. So, it's been a long time coming. Honestly, I'm kind of surprised to even be here in the first dang place, but I'm happy to be here. We're going to try to go out here and win. Obviously, if I can win this game, it'll be my third championship of this generation, albeit I'm saying it like I've played Draft League before. Gen 9 is literally when I started. So, winning this would be very hype because, like I said, it'll be my third championship. So, hopefully, we can add to the trophy cabinet. Today, we are taking on a really tough opponent in the form of Cherry, coach of the Philadelphia Melmetals. Of course, of all people to be my final boss, it would be Cherry. If it was literally anybody else, I would be so confident that I'm about to win this, but because I'm playing Cherry of all people, it's like, okay, we have to go out here and do our best, and if we can do our best, maybe we can win. So yeah, Cherry. Pretty threatening team, which consists of Terapagos, Sneasler, Alola Mola plus Terapagos is one of the most toxic things I've ever seen in my life because for those of you who I mean, if me and you have talked in the past, you already know my thought process on Alola Mola. Every time it passes a wish, something is about to get 260 points worth of HP recovery. Terapagos, with that kind of recovery coming towards it, it's kind of like there's gonna be matchups where I'm pretty sure this guy was able to like it's like it felt like his opponent probably felt like they were fighting a perpetual Terra Shell. Like that's probably what they felt like they were fighting. Thankfully, I'm probably not gonna have to worry about that, but I can only imagine how crazy that's been for some people. He has the Crocodile, the Metagross, the Uxie, the Terra Keldeo, who's been on a terror. The Terra Entei, who if he's I don't know how he feels about Entei because sometimes I feel like he looks at Entei as a troll mon, but then sometimes I feel like he looks at it as a serious mon. I can't even tell sometimes. And then last but not least, the homie has Belly Bolt, and you love to see a big belly. So honestly, I feel like any of these 9 Pokemon could come, if I'm being honest. But the ones I feel like are the most likely to come, and because I know some people like crap on 9 Pokemon teams. I feel like the reason this team's able to work so well is because every mon on here is so individually strong and they all have like a role that they feel that it's like, yes, it's 9 Pokemon. Yes, you can probably guess what's coming, but the combination of these Pokemon are just so. It's just so good, man. Like he really nailed it with this team. But I feel like he's gonna bring Terapagos. Obviously, it's his only form of hazard removal. He's probably gonna bring his Terra Keldeo. It is literally his kill leader. It's literally been ripping the league apart all season long. Um, I'm pretty sure he brings Sneasler. Sneasler outspeeds my whole team. Pretty sure he's gonna bring a Mola because out of Mola, you don't really have the most consistent or yeah, you don't really have the best Cinderace switch in. I mean, I guess Entei could be that, but at the same time, Entei takes like 30. He takes like I want to say Powerball still does like 30% to Entei, maybe a little more than that. So that's still some significant shit for a Pokemon that can't heal itself. Um, but but if it's not obvious, I also think Entei is probably going to come because Entei is really good for Cinderace. My physical attackers in general because of Sacred Fire and how the 50% chance to burn. So Tarapago, Sneasler, Alola, both his Terra captains in the last slot could be, in my opinion, Uxie or maybe Crocodile, albeit Crocodile isn't. Because here's the thing, he doesn't really have a switch in to Thundurus because even Bellybolt isn't really a switch in for Thundurus. Because I can just set up on you. However, Crocodile still dies to a grass knot, so it is very possible we see Uxie instead, right? So to combat this team, we decided for the finals of the Josh League, we're going to bring. First of all, we're bringing Peter Parker, the Spidops. This guy has literally came to, like, besides Cinderace, Spidops is the only other Pokemon on this team that has came to every single game. I know people say he's like a very mid Pokemon. A lot of people when they rank like their like the Gen 9 Pokemon, this guy's usually ranked like dead bottom, even though there is like Wug trios and stuff. But anyway, Peter Parker, the Spidops, like I think this is a really great Pokemon, despite him only being worth like I think it was 2 points, because like for 2 points you get so much from this guy. Which is why I've brought him to literally every game. Like, bro, this was an 8-week season plus playoffs. So that means for 11 consecutive weeks, I have brought this guy to the games. And all those weeks he has provided value. So you know what? I don't care what no one says. Spot up, win or lose, you're on the thumbnail because you provided value every game. People count you out, but we appreciate you. But let me stop the spot ops glazing. Let me get to the actual set. So we're stakeout for the ability with Cussed Out Berry. The reason we're Cussed Out Berry, Entei never kills us with a Sacred Fire, which I found very crazy when I was doing like calcs. They can only kill us with Flare Blitz. And I mean, does my opponent run Flare Blitz? If they run Flare Blitz, they run Flare Blitz. But I know one thing: your signature move, Sacred Fire, never kills me, which I find kind of crazy because you're an Entei. I'm a Spidops. That's super effective. But for anyone who ever discounted Spidops bulk, just remember he can live a super effective stab boost to hit from Entei. Entei, a legendary fire type. I don't want to hear nothing. Spidops is the GOAT. Anyway, Sticky Web, Spikes, Memento, and U-Turn. So we have Sticky Webs. The main thing I want to do is get the webs up because I have two mons that are here to keep the webs up this week, if at all possible. If we get a spike up, that'll be cool. I don't think it's net. I don't, I'm not gonna really put a lot of emphasis on trying to make it happen. We have U-turn for pivoting, but ideally what I'm going to end up doing is using the Custap Berry to click Memento to allow one of my setup sweepers to come in and pretty much set up for free because, spoiler alert, we're not bringing Grimmsnarl. So, yeah, we have Spidops. Next on the team roster is one of two Terra Captains I'm bringing this week. Well, only have two, so that kind of spoils I'm bringing both. First of all, we're going to start talking about Garp, the Ogie Dogie, who's also been putting in work this season. He's wearing Covert Cloak to help deal with Sneasler, Alola and Entei, so we can't get burned by Sacred Fire or Scald, and then Dire Claw just doesn't do anything to us. We are Guard Dog, Terra Electric, 248 HP, 28 attack, 92 speed F, 140 speed, so we can outspeed Keldeo on webs. We have Thunder Punch, Drain Punch, Substitute, and Bulk Up. We're only a Terra Electric, so the Thunder Punch after a Bulk Up can two-shot the freaking Alola. But for the most part, Thunder Punch and Drain Punch literally hit everything on the team. We have Substitute, so if we're ever in front of Belly Bolt, like if for some reason Belly Bolt comes, it can't Toxic us, and then we can just continue to just set up and, make a setup fodder. But yeah, that's Garp. That's Garp. That's all there is to it. He's here to just bulk up, and then if he can punch us a ticket to the final, into the championship, that'd be nice. Next on the team roster, as alluded to earlier, is our other Terra Captain, the one, the only Kakashi the Thunderous, who is rocking his leftovers. Volt Absorb for the ability Terra Ghost. So if I Terra this thing instead, he'll be like another spin blocker. 160 HP, 100 special attack, 248 speed, so we can outspeed Entei, even if it's boots. We're timid nature with Thunderbolt, Grass Knot, Substitute, Nasty Plot. The sub is here for the same reason as with Ogie Dogie. My opponent's only real way to deal with Thunderous the most consistent way would just to have a Belly Bolt here. So Belly Bolt could just Toxic us and then stall us out. So we have Sub. That way if Belly Bolt is here, you cannot Toxic us. We have Nasty Plot to set up because at +2, Thunderbolt just roasts everything. If we break Terrapagos's Terra Shell is not taking the following Thunderbolt because we're Terra Ghost. My opponent cannot Vacuum Wave us or E-Speed us. And because of our HP investment, Terrapagos should not be able to one-shot us or two-shot us either. So yeah, that is Kakashi. Ideally, I can go into this thing on a Alola pretty much every single time and Nasty Plot for free. Like, it's just, doable. Next on the team roster, we have another model that's really strong into the team, the one, the only Raymundo the Azumarill, who's rocking his Assault Vest. Huge power for the ability, 236 HP, 252 attack, 20 defense, Adamant Nature with Aqua Jet for priority. Liquidation, hit everything we can hit with this either neutrally or super effectively. Same for Play Rough. And then we have Knockoff to remove items as we see fit. We're rocking Assault Vest over Huge Power. Assault Vest over Citrus Berry because in Mox, getting the belly drum off was kind of difficult, so I decided to go for the Assault Vest to be more consistent. So yeah, that is Azumarill. Next on the team roster is the other spin blocker I alluded to earlier, the one, the only Usopp the Decidueye, who's rocking his leftovers. Overgrow for the ability, 52 HP, 236 attack, 220 speed, so we can outspeed the Keldeo on webs. We are Adamant Nature with Leaf Blade, Poltergeist, Substitute, and Swords Dance. This is another mon I can go into on a Alola, and then we can just, sub or Swords Dance, depending on what my opponent decides to bring. At +2, Poltergeist always kills Entei. Now, if it's Boots, that could be tricky. That's why I might sub on a Alola first, because if Entei is Boots, at least I can do 50% ship with Poltergeist. You get what I'm saying? And there's a lot of other mons that we can just hit with Leaf Blade, and it just does a lot of damage. And we are Overgrow, because if we get put down to that range, well, these Leaf Blades are going to hurt. So yeah, that is Usopp. Next on the team roster, last but not least, he's the only other mon besides Spidops to come to every game. The one, the only Sanji the Cinderace, who's rocking his heavy-duty boots. Libero for the ability. Max attack, 88 special attack, 168 speed to speed creep Keldeo. Naive Nature with Powerball, Electro Ball, U-turn, and Court Change. If we can touch it with a Powerball, we're going to click Powerball into it. If we can't, we're going to U-turn. And if it's a Alola, we're just going to Electro Ball. Electro Ball should two-shot a Alola. It's that simple. And then we have Court Change because my opponent does like to set hazards. hazards, so they do set hazards. Um, we're going to give them right back with a pair of webs on top of it. It's that simple. So yeah, guys, that is the team. I've said everything that needed to be said, so without further ado, let's get into the battle. Just a reminder, we can win this. This will be our third championship. So yeah, man, let's just go out there and make it happen. Shout out to Darude, Leaf Storm for the help team building this week. Shout out to Kayshawn for help team building this week. Same for Goki Gamer. Was bouncing ideas with these guys. Really appreciate the help. Shout out to Pokemaster88 for doing mocks with me this week. Like, shout out to all you guys. If I win, like, bro, just thank you guys. Like, thank you. And even if I don't win, still thanks for the help. And thank you everybody for being here for the run so far. So without further ado, like I said, let's get into the battle. Hopefully it's a banger. Good luck, have fun to my opponent, Cherry. I've been really looking forward to this. All right, so we are connected with Cherry, and he has brought Terrapagos. Okay. So no Sneasler, but there is Keldeo. There's Metagross. So there's Metagross. There's Entei, which is Terra Electric. Keldeo, which is Terra Water. Alola Mola. And what am I missing? Uxie. They brought Uxie, so no Belly Bolts. Alright. So I think we lead off with Cinderace. Do we lead off with Cinderace? Actually, no. I think we lead off with a Azumarill. Yeah, I think we lead off with the Azumarill. And just take it from there. Good luck, have fun to my opponent. If they lead Entei, that could be very, that could suck. But hey, just gotta deal with it. I would like to believe if a Azumarill can live a Dire Claw, that means it can live a Terrible Ass. The CMC. Oh, it's you. Okay, this works out. Because if we can break this thing's Terra Shell now, that'll be, amazing. I think what we do, though, is just go for the knockoff, in case it's boots. And then, of course, this also covers the potential Alola Mola switch in. Or, no, we're just going to go for the Terra Starstorm. That looks specs. I'm just saying, that looks very specs. So, you are leftovers, actually. That still works. So I think now we just go for Play Rough, because once again, it covers the potential Alola Mola switch in. It just, covers it. So let's see what my opponent decides to go for. Uxie could be annoying if it has Encore. But, that remains to be seen, so we'll see. We will see. We will see. Because I'm pretty sure they just go into a Alola Mola here, right? And if so, we'll just go out into... I think we go into Decidueye and just click sub, I believe. Yeah. Because I'm pretty sure a Alola Mola comes in. I don't even know how to say that. Yeah, it's a Alola Mola. So, are you Rocky Helmet? Your attack fell. So, do we have any reason to not... What are they holding? I'm gonna knock them off, too. Just in case they're like AV or something. Yeah, let's knock them off, too. Let's see what they decide to go for. They're slower than us? Oh, a Conberry. Okay, it's a good thing we knocked that off. See, nothing really wants to... Like, we're just getting... Well, I wouldn't really consider chip on that, like, all that important, because the thing just regenerates it back, but... At least we broke the Terra Shell. We've chipped that thing to where, at least when it comes back in, it's not going to be at full health, so... Fire Doggo. If we force the... Let me say something. Does Azu live? Does Azu live a Terra Blast? Entei... We probably don't live a Terra Blast, actually. Electric. We absolutely don't. But the thing is, this isn't the worst thing in the world, right? This isn't the worst thing in the world, I feel like. I think we just stay in and go for... Let's go for a knockoff. Okay, so they are going to Terra. Because, I mean, the thing is, we could have just went Thunderous Therian, who would have just Volt Absorbed. So they're going to just Terra Blast us, which is going to kill us. But at the same time, I didn't want to switch Thunderous into a Volt Absorb either. So, yep, this is going to happen. Ooh, this is going to hurt. This is going to hurt. So let me see something. Are you... Okay, so they're not... Let's go into you and click Sticky Web. As long as it's just Sacred Fire, we live the hit. So let's click Sticky Web. Let's click Sticky Web. Yeah. We should live this. So we get the Sticky Web up. And now we're going to click Memento and go into... I think we go into Thunderous. Ah! They got us. They caught us slipping. They caught us slipping. They caught us slipping. It is what it is. They caught us slipping. If we can get Thunderous in and like, you know, set them up, that could be great. Let's see. So our only real switching is Cinderace. We have to go into Cinderace here. This Entei is going crazy. So we have to just fire off a Pyro Ball. And if a Alomola comes in, we're just going to Electro Ball it. So Entei already has 2 kills. And thing is, we could have went Thunderous, but it's like, what do we actually do to Entei? So it's like, yeah. So Spidops and Azumarill are in the grave, which stinks. So depending on this thing's EV investment, we might be able to knock them out. If we can knock them out, that'll be pretty big for us. So let's try to knock them out. That'd be pretty big for us too. So yeah, let's try to knock them out. Because they're definitely defensive. So we're just going to click Electro Ball here. Really good chance we kill them. Oh, you're not cool. You are not cool. You are not cool. You are not cool at all. They are not cool. They are not cool. So obviously now we just U-turn into Decidueye, like, because I mean it's one of two things. You can't pivot out. So it's either you're gonna stay in on us, bro. That so sucks. That like really sucks. The thing is, we still don't know if Yuxi has Encore or not. Like that could make the whole situation like so messy, not knowing if it has Encore. We're just gonna go into Decidueye. We're just gonna go into Decidueye. They could probably just read this, but if they, you know, it is what it is. Okay. So we're going to sub. Yeah, we're gonna sub right here. I don't know what we see come in. Steven. So here's Steven. Who's Steven? This guy. So this is Steven. Okay. This is Steven. This is Steven, guys. This is Steven, everybody. So do we just kill this guy? I want to click Sword Stance here. Or should we just click Poltergeist? Because I don't want to feel like I'm getting greedy. But we do kind of have to do something right now. So it's like, what do we do? I could see them setting rocks right here, though. So let's just Sword Stance. Let's Sword Stance. Do they set rocks? Knockoff. Okay. They went for the knockoff. Inte still has his item. Inte still has his item. Okay. Now the question is Inte boots? If Inte is boots, that's a problem. So we're just gonna go for the Poltergeist. We're +2. Does this still like kill? Oh no, 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 no. Okay, that's not good. That's not good at all. So we're in a very tough predicament. Yeah, we're in a tough predicament. So this thing is weak. I say the only thing we could really do is go into you. Yeah, we just have to go into you. And if Inte comes in, okay, at least we're chipping it. But this is kind of like the only play I can think of. We just have to go into this. Alright, so we take out Metagross at least. You take out Metagross at least. But I'm pretty sure we're just going to see Inte come back in here. Pretty sure we just see Inte come in here. And I'm trying to think to myself, can we win just by clicking? Okay. See, I really wish we had Terra Blast now. But we don't have Terra Blast. So I wonder how much damage is... How much damage is... Thunder is doing to Inte now that he's Terra? If we just Grass Knot, how much damage are we doing? We do a respectable amount. You know, we do a respectable amount. Let's just Grass Knot. Yeah, we did a ooh, this is going to hurt. That really hurts. Like, oh my goodness. And I don't think I paid attention to whether or not... Okay, so they're boots. Because thing is, if we Terra right here, right? Does Cinderace take Flare Blitz into Extreme Speed? The answer is... He does. So what we have to do here is just switch into Cinderace and then U-turn out. Because if they Extreme Speed here, that's okay. And if they Flare Blitz, once again, okay. Oh, they went for the Flare Blitz. So we could have just killed them with Thundurus. It is what it is. We should be able to live Extreme Speed. So we're just going to U-turn here. So here's the U-turn. to keep our guys around as long as possible. So Cinderace takes out Entei. That thing definitely went out fighting. So there's a Lola Mola, Keldeo, Terapagos, and Uxie. I feel like we go into this guy. I feel like we go into this guy. I feel like we go into this guy. I feel like we just go into this guy. We probably see Uxie come out, so what we're gonna do is just Terra and start clicking buttons. Thunder Punch in particular. It's kind of all we got. Yeah. It's kind of all we got. Yeah. If we can keep webs up, Thundurus can well, it'll have to be Thundurus plus Cinderace, but we have to really... The main thing is we have to chip this freaking... If Keldeo... Okay, if we can beat Uxie, I think Garp can win, but we just have to see. We have to see. We have to see! Because Thundurus also looks strong into the remainder of the team. J. Ricky, that's definitely Uxie. So we're just going to Terra and click Thunder Punch. We're just going to Terra and click Thunder Punch. And just keep clicking it over and over again. That's all we can do. Just Terra and click Thunder Punch. We can't set up. We don't know if they have Encore or not. Wait, they're slower than us? Oh, no. They got us. They got us, they got us, they got us. What do we do about this? We kind of can't do anything about this. We're stuck. We are actually stuck. The only thing I can think to do is to just sack wait, do we sack? Yeah, we sack Cinderace. We have to sack Cinderace. Reason being, they can't switch into Thundurus. They can switch into Cinderace with the Lola Mola. So we have to sack Cinderace here, unfortunately. Okay, we just live it. That's good, that's good, that's good. Okay. Is there any way we can kill them with Powerball? Is there any way we can kill them with Powerball? Because how much is Powerball supposed to do? 37 to 44 if they're defensive, which, I mean, they probably are. And if I have a chance to keep Cinderace, it's like, why lose him? So I think we just have to go for the U-turn. And then we just go into... I think we just... Because I'm pretty sure they're going to just rapid spin here. Do we go into this guy and sack him? Okay, so we're going to go into this guy. They have rapid spin, Terra Starstorm. So I don't want to overthink this, so we're just going to click Drain Punch. Okay. J. Ricky. Okay. we have to just keep chipping this thing. It's just taking a lot longer than I would hope it would. We just have to keep chipping this thing. I think we just have to... I wonder. So we have 40 seconds to figure out. Can Yon hit behind sub? One way to find out. Let's just substitute here. Can they yawn us through the sub? Okay. They can do that. I do not want to lose any more HP, bro. How much damage does that even do? I think we have to... Gosh, bro. This is a tough predicament to be in. I think we have to... Goodness gracious, bro. This is tough. This is really tough. I think we have to sack... Do we sack Cinderace? I don't know. I don't think we sack Cinderace. I don't want this thing to get too chipped. That's my problem. I don't want it to get too chipped. I think we have to sack Cinderace. I think we have to sack Cinderace. I really wanted to bulk up there, but I can't risk it. We need the... Okay, so we're gonna lose Cinderace here. So now we have to go into this guy, and bro, we just have to hope that Ogie Dogie can just swing it out with the rest of the world. We just have to hope that Ogie Dogie can swing it out with the rest of the world. We just have to click Thunderbolt here. I don't think Ogie Dogie can win us the game though. I think we took too much chip. I think we've been chipped way too much. Because let me just look. Keldeo, how much damage is Keldeo doing to us? Yeah, we're not getting through this. All right. This is kind of unfortunate for us. Yeah, we're gonna lose to the Keldeo and Uxie. Goodness gracious. We were so close, man. We came so close. Maybe if I would have terrored this instead and kept Terra Blast like we originally had. Like if we had Terra Blast like we originally had, Uxie, Metagross, like we beat most of this. But you know, at the end of the day, bro, we dropped it. We dropped it, and it is what it is, man. Yeah, man, it is what it is. It's very disappointing to go out like this, but it is what it is, yo. It is what it is. It is what it is. Cannot even be upset. Cannot even be upset. Cherry played well. I'm happy we at least made it this far, but bro, dang, it's crazy. We would have kept Terra Blast. We could have Terra Thundurus. And Thundurus could have went crazy this game, but that's not what we did. That's not what we did. At the end of the day, that's not what we did. Or if I would have Grass Knotted with Thundurus again. So, yeah, we're not winning this. Like, there's like no conceivable way. The only way is if we para this guy right here. Ooh! We parried him. wait a second. So now we click Drain Punch. He's scarfed. GG's, Cherry. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in, and thank you everybody for being here for the ride. If you haven't done so already, please remember to like and subscribe. And until next time, peace out. What's up, guys? It's your boy, just another PokeTuber, coming at you with a little bit of a So I don't do draft recaps like I said in the past. But every once in a blue moon, I guess I can do like a little recap at the end of like my last game for drafts. Am I gonna do it every time? No. Am I gonna do it sometimes? You can count on it. And it's, we chilling with Azu because Azu was our kill leader this season. 15, was it 15 kills? Yeah, I think homie had 15 kills. Actually, I forgot if playoffs gets added to regular season because I think we got a kill or two in playoffs. So I can't remember. I remember being like 15 last time I looked at it. Anyway, Azu was out here kicking butt. So you know what? You deserved your rest. The timing of your nap is like so perfect because you deserve your rest. Um, yeah, man. So the finals, that game was so tight, but at the same time, it was like it kind of left like a bad taste in my mouth because at one point when I was prepping, my Thunderous had Terra Blast, and I feel like if we kept the Terra Blast and just didn't let homie get chipped or whatever, I don't know, maybe the result could have been different. Or in because in my mind we have substitute on Thunderous because we want to sub on a Alola on the Crocodile switch in. Even if Crocodile switch in, what are you doing to one shot me? Why can't I just nasty plot on the Alola who probably doesn't stay in on me unless it wants a death wish? Same with Okie Dokie. Okie Dokie. I'm scared of Encore from Yuxi. We run sub in case, whatever. Why did I run sub over taunt? The world may never know. But at the end of the day, even though those things could have helped me potentially win the game, those are not what I brought. Those aren't the sets that I brought. I brought what I brought, and I had to work with it. And well, the better player won today, and it's all there is to it. There's no shame in losing to someone who played better or prepped better, however you want to word it. And Cherry's a really great player, so congratulations to him on winning season 1 of Josh League. And you know, for this to be the first season and all this stuff, I have to say it was a pretty fun season. It was fun for multiple reasons. The biggest reason it was fun to me, right? Because as you guys know, every draft well, I don't say every draft, but most drafts tend to do power rankings and stuff, right? And I remember when we did power rankings for this league, well, not we, like I did them, but whenever they were done for this league, I remember my team being like ranked relatively low, and I'm just sitting here like, y'all are entitled to those opinions, y'all are definitely entitled to those opinions. I can't tell you what you can and cannot think, but I always get like a little giggle whenever I get like a low ranking in power rankings, and then I take the team, either I win the league, or I at least take it all the way to like playoffs, the finals, whatever, because I'm always just sitting here like, yeah, for this team to be so bad, it definitely made it pretty far, didn't it? But I mean, anyway, let me not be too shady, as my friends would say. Let me not be too shady. But yeah, it was a fun team to use though. Like, cause for anyone like who just wants some advice, like, hey, if you ever have a chance to use Terra Thunderous or Terra Ogie Dogie, I highly recommend it. Those two are like very fun. Especially Thunderous. And well, no. Actually, I think I had more fun with Ogie Dogie than Thunderous, because Ogie Dogie, like, you just set up. What's someone gonna do? Roar you out? Oh, guess what? You can't do that. Guard dog. What are they gonna do? Intimidate you? Guess what? They can't do that. What are they gonna do? Burn you? Well, hey, let's prep. Lumberry, Terrifier. This thing is like a freaking demon after it starts setting up, which is kind of crazy. To me, Okie Dokie is like another. I don't know if I would say it's better than Annihilate, but I can see why some people would make the argument that they're kind of like relative, because they do the exact same things, but they also have like their differences. Because Annihilate, he has Defiant. Okie Dokie, he has Guard Dog, and outside of that, Toxic Chain is way better than Vital Spirit. So but Okie Dokie was fun. Freaking Thunderous was fun, and I think Azumarill was really fun too. I typically don't get to use it because I have a friend who drafts it like all the time, it feels like. But I don't blame him. It's his favorite Pokemon. Just like, I draft Cinderace because it's my favorite Pokemon. So getting a chance to finally use Azu Yo, I'm not gonna lie. For this to be like a pick that I wasn't even, it wasn't even on my radar. Really, what happened? It was the end of the draft. Me and Zach Manor were talking, and he was like, "Hey, bro, you know you have like all these extra points, and like Azu is like right here, and it fits perfect on your team." And at first, I was reluctant to pick it up, but then I picked it up, and I was just sitting here like, "Oh my gosh!" Like from game one, this thing has always provided value. So Zach, I guess I can say thank you, I guess. But I think the real goat of the season though was Spidops because like the support homie provided throughout the season was like so great between the webs, the circle throwing. I wish we could have got the mementos off, but it didn't work. But there's even games where he got some spikes up, and then we was able to pivot into like Grim Snarl or pivot into like a setup sweeper, and so I'm just saying throughout the whole season, the only two Pokemon to have come to every game is Spidops and Cinderace. And people can think you can think as low as Spidops as you want, but Spidops to me is always going to be a goat. He literally like he provides value to me. All right. I think the team in general was fun. The only Pokemon I did not bring to a single game was Mudsdale. But like the Decidueye and Polion, I had fun with those guys. Kamala, he only came to one game, but he still did something. Like, this was a fun season, and the only thing I can really say is thank you everybody who has like helped me throughout the way. So like especially like in like the last couple weeks of playoffs. So like Kayshawn, Darude, like thank you guys for like helping with the just brainstorming some stuff for like prep. Thank you Pokemaster88 for the mocks. I think I've already said the stuff earlier in the video, but I just want to reiterate that stuff in case I did, or just say it again, or just say it in case I didn't, because I really appreciate all the support and help I get. And speaking of support and help, I really am grateful for everyone who has followed me throughout this whole ride. Because we're on our way to 100 subs. So if you can help me get there, that'd be very lovely. And I just really love the support. Because these videos been doing, Josh League's been doing very well, and yeah, man, like I'm kind of speechless if I'm being honest. I'm speechless to have made it this far. I'm speechless to be as well liked as I have been, I guess you could say. Um, and I really appreciate everyone, man. Like for real, if you're watching this, I really appreciate you. I swear to it. But like I've already said it 1,000 times, so I'll say it one more time. Thank you, buddy, for being here for the ride. And thank you for listening to this little like 6, 7 minute spiel I've been going on off. But I don't want to keep you guys here too long. So thank you, buddy, for tuning in. You haven't done sorry. Please remember to like and subscribe. And until next time, because hopefully there's a season 2. Peace out.